Your Honor, and may it please the court. My name is Brian Gruber. I represent the defendant PepsiCo in this matter. Under good cause, where the courts favor a final decision on the merits of a case, the defense brings a motion in a reasonable amount of time and requests the court set aside the default judgment of $1.26 billion against my client PepsiCo under the rules of Federal Civil Procedure 60B1, grounds for relief from a final judgment for mistake. PepsiCo is not culpable in this matter because the plaintiffs failed to serve and give notice under the rules. The prejudice against PepsiCo for a default judgment of $1.26 billion are significant and fail when compared to the cost to the plaintiff to bring this case to trial thus far. And finally, PepsiCo has meritorious claims and defenses that would change the outcome of this case. First, PepsiCo is not culpable in this matter because the plaintiffs failed to properly serve the defendant and establish personal jurisdiction over the defendant, PepsiCo. The plaintiffs filed suit in the state courts of Wisconsin, and they served the notice to an agent of PepsiCo in North Carolina. Under Wisconsin law, foreign corporations doing business in this state must have registered agent in the state of Wisconsin, and PepsiCo properly maintained and registered an agent in Wisconsin. Since the plaintiff served an agent in North Carolina and failed to properly deliver notice to the registered agent in Wisconsin, because they have failed to properly serve PepsiCo under Wisconsin law, the court never had personal jurisdiction over PepsiCo, and the judgment would also be therefore void under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 60B4. Second, the prejudice against PepsiCo for a default judgment of $1.26 billion are significant, and they fail when compared to the cost to the plaintiff to bring the case to trial so far, because there are extraordinary circumstances that exist in the amount, which was not some certain at the time. And the plaintiff could have made a mistake in the evidence presented during the default judgment hearing, and enforcing the judgment would therefore be unjust under those conditions. And third, PepsiCo has meritorious claims and defenses that would change the outcome of the case. The failure for PepsiCo to defend the case stems from the plaintiff's improper service and an inadvertent oversight from the handling of an improperly served notice. Because Pepsi was unaware of this lawsuit, the company was not properly represented and denied due process. Also, there was no judicial consideration on the merits of the trade secret pleading from the plaintiff. And finally, the statute of limitations has passed for the plaintiff to properly file this claim in court. Therefore, Your Honor, the defense requests that the default judgment be set aside under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 60B1, and for a final decision to be decided on the merits of this case alone. Thank you, Your Honor.